This is a movie about a young woman who wants to be a country star. But she's not just any woman, she's a single mother living in Glasgow. She's also kinda rambunctious and blunt. She says what's on her mind and doesn't mince words. And the whole story starts with her actually getting out of prison. So that's kind of an interesting setup for a movie, I feel like. There's just a lot going on and there are quite a few things to dig into. But yeah, she's an interesting woman with some rather grand hopes and dreams. And that's essentially what the movie is about. Her chasing her dreams while trying to figure out how to balance that with her personal life. Which, as you might imagine, is kind of in a state of mild chaos. But she's trying to navigate that situation to the best of her abilities anyway. And I really like this character, even though, well, she does give you quite a few reasons not to like her too. She's not exactly a shining example of the most responsible adult or parent. And I guess a lot of the reason why I ended up liking her and this movie as much as I did was the main performance by Jessie Buckley. I thought she was absolutely great in this. And this is a very different movie from the last one I saw her in, called Beast. Which was also good, and she was great in that too, but I think she was even better here. And yeah, I feel like a lot of why this ended up being as good as it was absolutely down to her performance. It just elevates the whole movie quite a bit. She also gets bonus points for actually singing the stuff in the movie herself, which is something I always appreciate. At least I'm pretty sure she did that. Otherwise they did a really great job covering it up, but yeah, I enjoyed that aspect as well. Not that the rest of the movie is bad, in fact I don't really have that much negative to say about it. Everything is just very well handled and I enjoyed this quite a bit. The writing and the story is very solid, I pretty much bought into it fully. As is the direction and the editing, nothing really stood out as being poorly executed. The pacing was also pretty good and it never dragged or anything. And the tone was well handled too, it never got too dark. Because there is a fair bit of humor in this that kept the mood sorta light. Stopped it from feeling too heavy, which it could have easily done. On account of some of the subject matter, but yeah, it felt very balanced in that department too. And I also liked the country soundtrack, it obviously fit the theme and the songs they picked were good. I especially liked the sort of theme song toward the end there, which might have been written specifically for this movie, but yeah, I thought that was great. So everything just worked, everything fit together and yeah, I didn't really have any notable issues with this, it's just a very solid movie. And I feel like the way it brought it all together in the end and wrapped it all up felt like a very natural conclusion that just made a whole lot of sense. It didn't feel forced or anything like that, which is often the case with movies like this. And as a whole, it just ended up being very well-rounded. With a great standout performance by Jessie Buckley, who I definitely want to see more of. And I hope she keeps finding more interesting and challenging projects like this and Beast to keep herself busy. Because she's obviously got some serious acting chops. But anyway, that's about it. So would I recommend this one? Yeah, I think it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you enjoy smaller dramas. Or country music. Or you could do none of that. After all, I'm not your dad. But hey, what are your thoughts on this? Have you seen it? Did you like it? Let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, maybe give it a thumbs up or sub to the channel, because that would be fantastic. And if you'd like, you can also support me on Patreon or PayPal through the links in the description. And as always, I appreciate you and thanks for watching.